Okay? And I'm going to paint today, but I'll also tell you what's been happening because I'm changing things in my life.
Beautiful. Okay. So if anybody could let us know, Dina, baby.
Yes, Dina.
Can you hear Hetty?
Dina, could you transfer yourself over here? Machines are not the same as human bodies.
If somebody could just let us know if Hetty is clear.
Dina, far away. Can you hear me?
Perfectly.
Perfectly.
We are good. You are on. That is what's happening. Okay, good.
And I'm assembling all my papers.
Dina's wearing her, in this picture, she's wearing her blue sweatshirt.
Our blue jacket.
Dory says you sound good in John F. Kennedy International Airport. Do you know what that means?
No.
Dory, I don't know what that means.
Dory, are you traveling?
Oh, she's in the airport. Got it. Yes, right. Okay, thank you. That's it. Greg says it sounds good. You are good.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, we're 2 minutes from starting time, but we're gonna wait.
Okay. Then Kenny,
Right.
do you want to read this quickly?
Because
this is what I want to talk about today.
Of course.
I've been doing a lot of thinking. And
But it's not time to start yet.
Yeah, but you can have thinking time.
Oh, for me to read, not read out loud.
And I could prepare the paints with you showing it.
Why don't you do that?
And then again, let's just relax.
That's fine too. But maybe get your paints all ready.
They are ready.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You poured out the liquids and everything. That's all fabulous.
I'll put on my painting covers.
Lori Buscemi Gaskin says, "Hi, Hetty."
Oh, honey. We knew her parents so well. And now we know her.
She says it's so lovely to see you.
Thank you. I wish I could see you too.
And Dina says, we will put on our painting covers too, just to be one with you.
Great.
Lori says about her parents, they loved you and Eric dearly. Can I help you with that, Mom?
Wait.
She's kind of focusing on getting that thing right. Let me know if you need help.
No.
You are good. Okay. Lori said that her parents loved you and Eric dearly.
Yeah. They were such a part of our lives. And we became a part of theirs.
Marcia is watching.
Wonderful. Is that the Marcia who makes the best egg salad?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yes, Marcia Goldstein Graver. Julie is watching.
Julie.
Lori says, I have your beautiful Long Beach lithograph in my foyer and it's complimented by all who see it. And Marcia says, good evening, beautiful Hetty. And Julie says, hi, my dears.
That means they're here.
They're here, yeah, and I think we'll start in like 1 minute.
Yes. And I'm happy that they're here because I'm going to speak about something that I need to do in my life that changes everything that I've done up to now because of the way I think.
Kent is here. He says, hi, Hetty.
He can't. Kent, your photography of city scenes blows me away, because there's a difference between showing something with a soul that you create or showing something in order to sell it. And since I love the city as you do, your photography just goes into my heart.
So, Phyllis says, good evening. Phyllis Cooper says, good evening, Hetty and Ken. Janine says, hi, Hetty, hi, Ken. John Taracuso says, hi, Hetty, hi, Ken. Hugs from California. And I think it's time to begin.
Could you just pick
Ed
up
Weedman, happy May Day, Hetty.
the what?
Ed Weedman, happy May Day.
Wonderful, you too. Kenny, the picture that she did of me is right there. Just show it again.
This is Phyllis.
Phyllis from Phyllis.
Of Hetty.
And I love it. Yeah, keep it there so I can see it all the time.
Sorry for the reflection. She's sending hearts. Carol says, hi, Hetty and Ken.
Hi.
And you're
Okay. I'm going to read something. Okay? This is, Kenny has taken words that I've said, and I would like him to read them.
Sure.
Okay? And I would like to read what I'm going to be speaking about today. And I give you this. I have been figuring that I don't belong into the world as it is now. I hate the loss of people. They're replaced by machines. And I don't like living with machines which do their own thinking. And I started to think, and I wanted to write this. I wrote, Monday, May 1st, begin to explain how I need to plan my future needs with communication. Communication is destroying me now. I said how rapidly people have disappeared as machines displaced them. How it affected my placement in this new world. Explain what I'm reading what I wrote I would talk about. Explain what I weighed my options in comparison with what I must accept, that there's no choice. Tell I what I will decide upon during my future. How to explain to people so as not to cause hurt. How to be happy. I have to explain my addiction to good news and show newspaper articles. When I was 8 years old, which is when all of this began, and I decided I would change the world because people were losing each other because of hating. And I figured it's only because they don't know the people. And if I do my whole life just explaining real people to other real people, maybe hate would disappear from the world. Well, it's not that simple. And I'm suddenly in a world where people are leaving. Machines are taking their place. At the beginning, I used to say to companies, when I needed to complain about something or praise them, I would say, give me a person. I need to speak to a real person. And they gave me real people. Now they don't. Because I'm speaking to a machine, and the machine doesn't know what a real person is. And I decided, I'm only 93 and 7/8, I think. And I intend to live a long time. And because of it, I need to decide what I can live with. I cannot live without real human beings. I cannot live by needing to say something to somebody, but only being allowed to tap on the machine and say 3 words because people are no longer trained to listen. What can I do about it? Nothing, because the world is changing. But I don't have to change with it. And if you could point to my 2 guys over here, Tammy and Tracy, they said the universe knows what you need, and in the strangest ways will make sure that you meet the people you need. Everybody in here has come to me. And as John, who did this wonderful documentary about me, said, this painting is going to be your story. And I thought, yes, because everybody in this painting did what Eric told me to do. Eric said, when we disappear, and history will only tell who we are from the newspapers and social media, and nobody will know how wonderful we are. And I tried to figure out whom I know who is not wonderful. And in all the hundreds and hundreds of people I've painted, I haven't met one I didn't like. And my Linda, who is here with her tennis racket, is the one who joined me on a journey to find out who we are. When I drew her, she said, draw me the way you see me. And I said, no, I want to draw you in such a way, because I always began with pencil drawings, not painting. And if you've heard it before, be prepared. I intend to live a long time. And this was so monumental for me that you're going to hear it over and over again. We decided that people become who I show them they are by the way I speak to them. And I have created a world of so many people who love me, because when I speak to them, I know only the things I admire in them. And I wouldn't hesitate to tell you, I bring it out in them as you bring it out. And that whenever you meet somebody who's obnoxious, change the way you look at that person and watch how the world becomes yours. Okay? So now I'll tell you what I want to do. It's the way Tammy and Tracy did it. The universe picked things up for me and brought them to me. Bless you, Kenny.
Excuse me.
A good sneeze is a healthy thing.
Let me just tell you that Julie says she could not agree more with what you're saying. And Phyllis says, I so agree with you. Fran Rosenberg is watching. Dina says that Phyllis's drawing of you is gorgeous. Dina says, but through your podcasts, your Facebook Live, and your artwork, you're keeping all of us connected to you and to one another. You are doing your part to make sure of it. One-on-one. You believe in it. And I know I believe in you and your message.
And I would like Kenny to read what I had said, because, and I'll start painting in the meantime.
Oh, beautiful.
Yep.
And Phyllis says it's the law of attraction, and Dina says, bless you, Kenny.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Could I just say one more thing? Okay. Today, I gave myself pure joy. And I'm going to show you how I can put sunlight into this. This building is there on the boardwalk. And I'm going to have fun with it. Okay? I will never do a face when you're listening, because when I do a face, I have to think of the person. And when I do this, I think of you. Okay? Okay. Kenny takes over.
I should read?
Yes.
Okay. Well, these are actually words that when I was talking to my mom, I transcribed because they were so powerful, and I just wanted her to be able to share them with everyone. So these are her words. Why, at 93, am I who I have become? I thought back on all the people I have loved most, and I realized they are a part of me. They live in my memories, but they're alive in who I am. They are not just flat memories. I became everyone I cared for and care about. I carry them. What if you and I carry the world in us? What if that is the secret of the universe, that we are actually all part of this living, breathing universe, that the people who touch us actually truly become a part of us? And then part 2 was, the universe is trying to grow and expand, but it's frustrated because often when it does something good, something bad happens. And when it does something bad, something good happens. And we keep trying to think in a linear way that things will stay the way they are. But the universe needs help. And through the centuries, we have helped it get better and wiser. We have learned to see that we are not one. Each of us is composed of billions of unknown pieces. We need to learn to respect each of those pieces, because they are us and we are them.
You know, when I first realized, for me the biggest mentor has been the James Webb telescope, because it showed that through cameras which understand the air around us and the waves that exist all around us, I am actually swimming in all kinds of rays that only that space telescope can see. And I'm not alone. Somehow I'm connected to everybody.
Could you say something for all the people that have lost people they love about this?
Yes, I would love to. And it's all thanks to my grandchild, Jessie, who, when she told me an answer, it put me into thinking. When I asked her once, Jessie, how do you see the world? She said to me, I see that nothing ever disappears. It just changes shape. And because I miss Eric so much, Eric passed away 7 years ago. And I can't look at photographs of him because they make me feel an ending. And I began to think, if Jessie is right, if he feels that everything still exists and just changes, how can I bring Eric back? I can't bring him back with photographs. They make me unhappy because they're gone. And I began to think, but what if I think of the essence of Eric? The core of his being. And one thing jumps out. I was lucky enough to watch him evolve from somebody just released from concentration camp and filled with so much bitterness and anger. And when I first met him, I didn't want to have anything to do with him because he was very good looking and all the women loved him and he loved them back. But he was always there. And he would always ask me questions. Always questions about people we were with. And it is later on that I realized he had to get rid of the hate that he was carrying because it was destroying him. And he couldn't be with people who hurt others because it would make him become who he was afraid of becoming with his hate. And because I didn't hate people, I helped him become who he became. And it's true of all of us. We're not finished yet. We're like the universe. We make mistakes. And hopefully we have the courage to fix them. When I paint, I can fix things immediately. But not at once. It takes 10 coats minimum to get a beautiful tone. And I never know what will give the glow until the layers dry and melt into each other. And that's what we are learning. And I was given this audience because of this lady here, Pat.
Point again.
Pat is my daughter's friend. And she said, Hetty, you should go on Facebook. And I said, no, because I would have to meet people whom I would have to spend time with, whom I don't want. And she said, no, you have no choice. And because machines can also tell you that you can block them out, I'm going to, from now on, stop answering people the myriads of people who contact me on Facebook and just give me a compliment, because that bothers me. I don't want to know a compliment. I want to know who you are. But another gift that just came to me. I have a friend named Amy Lauren, and she's coming to me tomorrow. And she's going to be in this painting because she's one of the kindest people I know. And this is only for kind people, who are the only people I really know. Because when people come to me to gossip, I tune them out until they become friends. I don't hate anybody. And when I hear hate or insults, I think of how Eric couldn't live with them, and I can't have to do it either.
You have a number of comments. Should I read them?
I'd love to hear.
Yeah. And if anybody is, relating to what Hetty is saying and you want to share how you relate, please feel free to write that and I'll read them. So, Lauren Roth is watching, and Stephanie Burgos is watching, and Bobby Wiener is watching, and Phyllis says we are all part of the vibrational world, here now, in this body, but we are all connected. And Marcia says, Hetty, you are the most encouraging and positive person I know. You make me aware that I can do anything I want to do. And Yola Pitakas is watching, and she says, hello, Hetty, love you. And Megan Wyman is watching. And Julie says, we miss Eric too. Your love story is so inspiring. Thank goodness Eric had the wisdom to recognize you as his soul's heroic rescuer. Also, I understand what you mean about the pain of looking at photos of departed loved ones. And Dina says, so profound, 100% relate. And Jill Heinzman is watching. And Amy Lauren says, Hetty, you are a thinking machine, 1 in a million. And Stephanie says, I relate because I lost my precious Madeline on July 3rd, 2022.
What if we don't lose them? What if we carry them? What if, as Jessie said to me, we just change shape? What if we who keep the memories keep the living being? You know, many years ago, people in one of my paintings were she said, Hetty, I want to interview you because I'm taking a class in learning how to interview people. And she said, but you're no fun because you only talk about other people. And I remember saying to her, I am them. And when I said that to Kenny, because it puzzled me, does that mean that I should talk more about me? But I can't. I don't know what to say. But now there is this brilliant movie that John in California did. How did he do it? He captured me completely in a way that I didn't know was possible. I recognized myself in everything there. And do you know why? And thank you so much.
You pointed to Pat?
Yeah, for putting me on, telling me to go on Facebook, because John understands me because he listens to Facebook. And so he quotes, we have only 5 minutes left. Let me say something important.
And should I just read what people say?
Yes.
Dina said, yes, I keep them all alive in my soul every day. I draw a smiley face for each one of them, facing the sun, to help them, to keep them close to my heart and soul, including Eric. And Lauren says, Lauren Roth says, I can't wait to see this movie. And Amy Lauren says, see you tomorrow, lucky me.
Can I tell you what Amy's going to be doing for me? She changed my whole view of my future, because I don't ever want to work from photographs again. And I made a decision for my future. I am never going to paint from a photograph again, because when I see you, when I sit next to you, the way you move, the way your wrinkles appear, the way your smile comes, the way your frown comes, I own you, and I can do it. So, Amy, tomorrow when you come, I'm not going to paint you. I have my sketchbook and my pencil waiting, and I will draw you. And then when you go home again, I'm going to put you on the canvas. But I will never let a photograph substitute for the incredible joy of sitting next to a living being and watching that face. Eddie, you ruined things for me by allowing me to draw you until I was happy. And I'm going to do that with Amy tomorrow. And after that, I'm never going to work from a photograph again. I'm going to go into coffee shops and parks and do people who don't know I'm doing them. And if they say, would you draw me? I'll say, sure, but sit for me. Because there is something in the human spirit. Cameras are made for the reason of preserving. But until you sit next to somebody in friendship, you cannot know their spirit. I love you. I think...
We still have a couple minutes, but,
Oh, good.
but I will say that Amy Lawrence says, wrinkles? Damn, I thought they were hidden. And Megan says, fascinating. Hi, Megan.
Thank you. You see, there is what we are losing through machines is their real value. Without them, I could never go on Facebook, because Facebook brings me the machinery. But I do not have to settle anymore for machines. At 93 and 7/8, I'm going to use every minute for drawing the real people. And if anybody's willing to sit long enough for me to paint them, I welcome them to my home. I love you all. And Kenny, thank you so much for being my voice.
Oh, God, I love quoting your words and then putting them down and then having people be able to hear them. Julie says, love you both. Hetty, excuse me. Julie says, love you both. Hetty, you have me crying tonight with your wisdom. Megan is giving hearts. Jill says, thank you, dear heart. And Ed says, Kenny, you're an amazing son. Thank you, Ed.
Let me say I love you all. Bye-bye.
And Carol says, thank you with a heart.
Oh, and you will see that awesome documentary that John did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when yet, but I hope it's okay to say that Channel 13 is thinking about it.
And Carol says, thank you with a heart. Marcia says, thank you. Phyllis says, you are quite the role model with a heart. And Lauren says, fabulous. And Lori Buscemi Gaskin says, lots of love, Eddie. Sending love and blessings.
I wish we could take the past and keep it. But I have to thank Hernan, who has photographed my family for so many years, especially when Jesse was little, because of the machines and cameras, I have my family with me visually. Thank you.
And Stephanie Michelle Burgos says, I can't wait until I see Madeline, and that's Stephanie's daughter, in her other forms. And Dina says, we are so grateful to have you in our lives.
Bye-bye. See you next Monday.